Hey guys, it's Buddy Blake. Happy day to you. I hope it's going well in your world. I want to have a conversation with you about a scenario I ran into today, or not today, this week, that was really interesting. I'm a real estate broker in Wilmington, North Carolina, and I chose, after being with anybody I wanted to be, and actually owned franchises, Remax franchises, independent franchises. I was with other companies. I was with EXP. I've tried it all. I've made about every mistake or decision you can do, but I chose to come back to Coldwell Banker Seacoast Advantage. I'm not going to say it was because of Coldwell Banker, but it was because of the ownership that is running Coldwell Banker and because of their market presence. Now, the beautiful thing is, you see over here, this is Coldwell Banker Seacoast. I'm going to write that right there. All right. This was me when I had Waypost Realty. We had about 6 or 8 agents. Great. It was fantastic. But here's the deal. I run into a situation this week, and a really pleasant person I met, and we were ready to go. We worked out a plan. We did everything. But then she got some advice. I don't know if it was from an attorney or a friend or an agent or something like that. And she said, whatever you do, do not allow them to practice designated dual agency or dual agency in any kind. And in North Carolina, and I'll put some comments down below. You can read the brochure yourself, how it reads. There's 3 forms of agency. There is seller agent, which is where I list your house. I'm just your agent. Then there's a buyer's agent where I sign a buyer agency with you. You agree to pay me a compensation. We do everything we can to get the seller to pay for it. And in most cases we can. And in my case, I guarantee it. And then what happens is, with a company our size, which is the beauty, because you want this, we have a situation where if a Coldwell Bank, if one of these agents over here, 800 of them in our market, just our region around the Wilmington and surrounding southeastern North Carolina coastal area, if any of them right here have a buyer that they've been working with, and you do not allow what's called dual agency for the company, but in my case, it would be designated agent, where I'm going to draw my little stick figure here. This is me. I represent the seller. These people represent the buyer, and we can't share any data that has nothing to do with the deal and it's pertinent to the deal. So personal data, if you're going through a divorce, if you got some kind of illness, if you're in financial trouble, if you're getting kicked out of your house, whatever it is, we can't share that information, because that's not, first off, it's unethical. If Coldwell Banker, which is an umbrella, here's my umbrella. It's not a great umbrella, but that umbrella right there, Coldwell Banker, is dual because the company represents all the sides. But I would be working with the seller. Now, in my world, Buddy Blake, I don't personally do straight up dual agency, and that's a different animal. North Carolina's made it very complicated, just so you know. If I've got I don't work with a buyer that I have a buyer agency with and sell them a listing I have a listing agent with, okay? But if somebody calls me off my sign, off my marketing, which is happening more and more now because we're doing a lot of marketing that has our name and our phone numbers, and buyers are getting savvy, and nobody likes to say this, but if they think they can save some money in commission by going directly to the listing agent, they do it sometimes. So what they do is they come to me. Well, they would be an unrepresented buyer. I can write the contracts, but I can't advise them on what to offer. I can't advise them during negotiations because I work exclusively for the seller. And it was really frustrating this week because it was one of the nicest people I've ever met, and I couldn't get it through her head. Apparently an attorney had told her that it was a horrible idea, and then somebody else, like an agent or a friend or something like that. But here's the whole problem with that. If I had said that that Coldwell Banker will only exclusively work with her and with no dual agency for the company, none of these 800 agents could bring their buyers into this person's property to sell it. And when we being Coldwell Banker, have such a huge market share, that limits you, and that will likely significantly decrease the likelihood of it selling at the highest possible price, or at least getting the most activity. So it's a conversation that needs to be had. Consumers don't understand it. The Real Estate Commission and North Carolina Bar Association has made it about as complicated as you can get it. I don't know why they have to make things so complicated, but they make it that way. Half the agents don't even understand it, I don't think. I don't even understand it sometimes, what they're trying to do. But anyway, I just wanted to share that if you do an exclusive listing, the only people that can show your property are people that are not with that firm. So my advice to her was, go find the smallest company, a single operator agent, to list their house so that anybody could show it to them. Because whether it was Coldwell Banker, whether it was Intracoastal, Century 21, Keller Williams, I mean, whatever you want to say, they would have run into the same problem. If you don't allow the company to practice dual agency, designated dual agency, you can eliminate all of these people. These are agents, and every one of these agents have a number of buyers they've been working with, especially now that it's getting busy again. So I hope this is helpful. Glad to have a conversation. I'm not the best in the world at explaining legalese, but this is my common sense, the way I explain it. If you got some comments below, say it. I'd be happy to share with you. But just be careful who you get your advice from, in my opinion, because sometimes they don't understand how it all really, really works. And if these people, if 2/3 of the agents in their market cannot show that house because they will not get compensated, and frankly can't represent their buyer if you don't allow it, then they're not going to show it, and it's not going to sell. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. Let me know what you think about this. I'd love to. And let me know what you think about my stick drawing here. This is new. I've got a little iPad. I'm hoping for my birthday, because this is an old one, that I get like an iPad Pro. And if you got one of those out there, I'd love to know if you really use it, because my thinking is I can get signatures and do that a whole lot easier and be able to do more presentations with folks versus lunking out all the paperwork and everything else. And I can send it to them right there. So anybody with an iPad Pro, tell me what you think about it. Otherwise, and maybe even reach out to Erin, my wife, who, by the way, I am so happy she's working in our office now. She's a broker herself, has been for many years. She handles a lot of our client care stuff because she's way better at paperwork than me. Give her a call at 910-3, hold on, I'll write it down. 910-395-1000. And say, hey, Erin, I think you should get Buddy coming up in June for his, I got a 60th birthday coming up. Maybe get him that iPad Pro. So, but I am a guy that buys a lot of stuff and then don't use it too. So I get that logic. Anyway, hope this is helpful. Thank you so much. And have a great day. And if we can ever be a resource or just a conversation, give us a ring. Bye-bye.